Good evening. Welcome to One Accord Ministries evening Sunday services. I am the founding minister, president, and CEO. Now that we've gotten that out the way, we will hold a 30-second to a minute meditation. The meditation is now over. If you want to hold your meditation longer, that is fine. But my topic or topics for today will be something I touched on earlier. It is a shift in leadership. And what I meant by a shift in leadership is that it is okay for the woman to lead. There is a season where the woman must lead. And there's a season where the man must not step back, but understand that a woman's position is needed as well as his. That's why you have to be selfless in the spirit, in order to understand that a woman is supposed to lead as well as a man. I'm not saying as a man that we shall negate or even differentiate our leadership position, but I think in a season of authority, it is okay for the woman to lead. I think that a woman has to lead in her season when it is necessary. That's why they said that for biblical references that the woman is the helpmate. Well, if she's the helpmate, I believe that her helping process and opportunity comes in when her season is in leadership. And whenever that season is when she shall lead as well as the man, when he has his season to lead. I know that the man is considered the head of the household. I won't negate from that fact. But although you may be considered, and we are considered the head of the household, it is okay for a woman to lead in her season. And so when I said there's a shift in leadership the other day, I meant there's a shift in time for a woman to lead. Sometimes the woman has to lead the household in a season of stormy weather. The only way that we can get through a crisis sometimes is if we lean on that woman, because she already been through the crisis and she already know how to deal with Mother Nature, because she's a woman herself, so she can lead in that time of service. It is very important that you understand that the woman is the lead in the midst of the storm. Why we as men don't know how to navigate the ship in the storm. That is why we got to turn over the ship to the woman, because she will get us through those wavy nights and that stormy weather on that Titanic. As we seen on the Titanic, he was holding on to a woman because that woman had the strength to pull him through in that leadership battle, in that time of turbulence, in that time of storm. A woman will lead because she understands Mother Nature. So if she understands Mother Nature and she understands all the devastation and the confusion and craziness that comes with the storm, that's why the woman is able to understand the children more on a complex level than the men are, because we are the providers, but the women are able to get down and nurture. And let me prerequisite this. I'm not saying that a man can't be a nurturer, but what I'm saying is that a woman is able to lead in her season because she knows that when the storm gets to going, the man, sometimes we like to get a little frightened and we got to call on our significant other to weather the storm. It's all right for a woman to be in leadership. It's all right. And as men, we got to get out the way. We got to deflate our egos. We got to deflate our balls. Let our woman lead in her season. Don't you interrupt, but it's all right if you see something that needs correcting and say, baby, I didn't like that. I need that to be corrected. That's all right. And for women, when it's in the man season, you don't go and you don't nitpick and, find things to be displeased and displeasured about. If that's in that man's season, you don't bother when he's leading the household or leading the family, because when he's leading the family, he knows how to lead. He has a natural instinct, just like you have a natural instinct to lead. So you have to let that person take time in their season. In their season, you have to let that person take time in their season. Now, I also spoke on clearing the road. Well, now that we've cleared the road and you've left the debris behind, it's time to clean the house. The house of your external being. Get out of that external being, the poison that's killed you. And I'm talking about friendships. I'm talking about family. I'm talking about a mother and father that can be toxic. I'm talking about an auntie or uncle that can be toxic. A brother or sister that can be toxic. It's time for you to clean your house. Now you leaving some dust mites on your carpet. It's time for you to go and get that Bissell, baby, and suck them right on up. Because if you don't, it's going to become a psychological battle, and we start to feel guilty like we have done something. But when you understand that you got to clean the house like you had to leave them on I-240 the other day. So you had to clear the road, but when you cleared the road and you got home, you got to clear your house. You got to clean your house. Isaac Caree said, clean this house. Well, you got to clean the house. You got to get rid of everything that does not breathe life into you, everything that does not bring positivity into your life. You got to get rid of it. It's okay to shut a family member down. It's okay to shut a family member out. It's okay to shut a friend out. It's okay to shut them down. It's not that you're shutting them down, it's that you're shutting the negativity down. And if they can reprogram and reprocess, then they can be let back in. Not in the same order in which they were processed in your life before, but they can be let back in. Oh, I'm saying you got to clean your house. You got to get those boxes at the storage. You got to get those craziness out of your house. You got to get that evil spirit out of your house. You got to go around with your organic sage and your oils, and you got to go in and you got to cleanse the house as you would cleanse the body. You don't keep toxins in the body that kills you. You don't do the same thing with your house. You don't keep toxic people in your house that ain't contributing to nothing. You got to let them go so that that house can prosper, because that house is a living thing. Just like the body is a living thing, and when that house is dead, the spirit is dead. The only way that the house can come alive is if you cleanse it of all negativity. And my final point as I get ready to close is understanding which position you put your peace. Whatever position you put your peace in, that's where your peace starts. The ultimate goal in abundance and joy, and in life in general, eternal life, external life, internal life, the ultimate goal is peace. When you understand that you position your peace as your number one authority, and that is your number one objective, that is your number one authorization, is your peace, then everything else will become in spiritual alignment. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I said spiritually because spirituality is to be one with the Lord. That's why you got to be one according to the Lord. It means to be one. It means to be whole. It means to understand that the laws of attraction will come alive when it needs to be. The laws of attraction is what you seek and what you pull towards you. It's energy. Energy can be given out and energy can be taken in. But you got to understand when to pull it to you, and you got to understand to release it. Energy is transformable. It can be it's transformable, and it cannot be erased. It cannot be depleted. Energy cannot be depleted. Energy can lose its emotion, lose its battery life, but it can't be depleted. What am I saying? I'm saying this. In order for you to position your peace, you got to know what point do you want to start at. If you want to start in the beginning or the point of number one, then everything else will align. But when you have cracks in your peace, you got cracks in your joy. And when you got cracks in your joy, you got cracks in your life. And when you got cracks in your life, you got cracks in your home. When you got cracks in your home, you got cracks in the road. Oh, what am I getting to? And when you got cracks in the road, oh, my, you got cracks in your leadership, which means you can't lead properly. And so you can't clear that road properly, nor can you clean your house properly when you did not position your peace as number one. You can't have cracks in the midst of your peace and let in discord, contriteness, discontentment, craziness, chaoticness, errors, and everything else in. You got to position your peace as number one. Your peace is the head of your authority. When you have peace, can't nobody bother you. What they say don't bother you. What they do don't bother you. How they move don't bother you. What they got in their house don't bother you. What they drive don't bother you, because your peace is starting in the inside. Your peace is positioned as number one. Your peace is your authority figure. Your peace is your understanding. I said the other day, the only thing that you use the Bible for is a reference point. Reference. You step back in for your reference, because the ultimate reference in the Bible is peace. The ultimate goal is peace. If you don't understand that when you position your peace, you're authorizing the behavior. And when you got cracks in your peace, you're authorizing a behavior of distraction. I said not too long ago, distraction is what we make it. We get distracted. So we got to understand why we're getting distracted. And the reason why we're getting distracted is because we don't understand peace. We talk about peace, but do you understand that peace is a position in which you authorize it? And when you have an authority of peace, and I'm getting ready to close, that peace offsets everything that goes on with your life, from your children to your spouse to your significant other. That peace is what holds it all together. Your peace is a thought. When you have the thought of peace, you're good to go. Everything we do is a thought. But when you have peace, every part of your thought comes together in sequence. If you don't position it as number one, you are in trouble. And I get ready to close, and I finally close with this on for my Sunday evening message. And I say this, and I end with this prayer. God is an ever-present help. He is inside of me as well as He's inside of you. He is the energy. He is the spirit. He is the supreme spiritual being. You must be on one accord with Him. In order to understand the objects in which you attract, you got to go inside and do a external evaluation. But as I always say, He is what He is. He is God all by Himself. But He's not God in a religious sense. He does not belong to a denomination. He isn't a nation of Islam. He isn't a Jew. He isn't a denomination we have created. He is a spiritual being, and He is inside of you. That's why they say we are born in the image of Him. And when you look into a mirror, you see yourself. You are all gods and goddesses, kings and queens. You must understand that when you take your position on the throne, you're not David, but you're yourself. So when you take your position on the throne, you got to tell the Lord, you said, Lord, I thank you for being in me and giving me the power to be me, an individual uniquely designed by you. Not copied, not genetically modified, but organically who I am, as I stand in the presence of myself, and I know that you are inside of me, and so that the spirit and the energies and the law of attraction and the laws shall for always align within me, and I shall go forward in the spirit of the Lord, and the body shall go forward in the spirit, as we cleanse it from the inside out. And as we cleanse the thought pattern of what we had as negativity and change it to positive. God bless you all. I love you. This is the founder, president, and CEO and senior minister, Dr. Bishop Williams, and I enjoyed you guys. I want y'all to tune in every Sunday to my either morning, evening, or nightly messages at One Accord Ministries, where we let the light in and let the Lord really move in the spirit in which He has given me. I want you to understand, as I get ready to close, that this ministry will take off, and it will do great things, and it will be prosperous. So I want everyone to get in on it. If I've said something you like, enjoy the video. If I didn't, still enjoy the video. It may be a hidden message, something that you may need. I'm here to help all, not to deter, not to condemn anyone for what they do. That's not my job. My job is to be a spiritual being and enjoy the light and bring the most gracious things you can to the people, which is loving all and bringing peace forward. God bless you all. I'll see you next Sunday or sometime within the week, if the Lord gives me a message and the Spirit feeds me and tells me to go forward. God bless you all.